Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve Omi ANKR update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say, "Where's Dashi? Where is Dashi?" Dashi is protecting the house while I'm away. So we'll start with a couple of things from ANKR. What is that? The ladies outside are vacuuming. Anyway, so we do have a AMA that happened to go with a couple of ANKR's team. One of the questions was, will there be a more gas-effective staking solution? And Josh had mentioned that when will there be a lower gas staking solution? Question mark. Gas is determined by the underlying chain. For example, staking ANKR tokens means you have to pay ETH gas fees since the ANKR token lives on the Ethereum blockchain. That being said, we are looking to address this by incorporating ANKR tokens into staking as rewards and airdrops as well. He also mentions that the token doesn't play a role for now, but it will play a role in ANKR's secret project, which in turn uses special capability of Microsoft Azure. I happen to think, again, this is just a theory, but I happen to think that because Microsoft put about $10 billion into ChatGPT, and that is only the third iteration, there will be a fourth iteration that's, I think, 100 or 1,000 times better than that. Could you imagine? I do happen to think that the ANKR tokens will be needed for something like that. But again, this is just speculation. Another question is, what does the Microsoft partnership mean in layman's speak? Been here for a while, whaling up, but I honestly don't know much. Krinza had responded, it's different from paying for Azure cloud services because it provides a collab between ANKR and Microsoft to provide blockchain infrastructure solutions to Azure customers. ANKR provides specialized infrastructure solutions for blockchain technology, which may not be offered by Azure's regular cloud services, but by collaborating with ANKR, Microsoft can offer Azure customer access to specialized blockchain infrastructure services through the Azure marketplace. Also, the partnership involves a deeper integration of technology from both companies, with ANKR's innovations in blockchain infrastructure being paired with Microsoft cloud solutions. This means that customers will have access to a more powerful integrated solution that provides a fully managed node service with custom specifications for blockchain nodes, from memory, bandwidth, and global integration according to customer needs. A TLDR on that is the partnership allows customers to access a more specialized, integrated, and powerful solution that combines the strength of both companies. ANKR is down quite a bit. I happened to go and take a look at, it's down about 6.4 on the day. In the last 2 days, it's down, I think, like 20%. What I happened to do is I put another 500 in, so I have went down, so I have maybe about 8 or 9 grand in it, give or take. I might add more next week. I might not. I'll keep you all posted. Moving on with OMI, which is doing slightly better than ANKR. It is up about 3.5% on the day. We still have $1 million in volume. We've had over $1 million in volume for the past like week or so, which I'm very, very proud of. Unfortunately, that is next to nothing to ANKR's, which had like a 1.5 billion in trading volume last week for one day. That has since gone down to like half a billion because of the news that Microsoft, Tencent, and Storj that kind of wore off. But anyway, this is pretty solid news. Considering that most of the rest of the market is pretty much flat, the only thing in the top 10 that outperformed was OKB. OKB in the last 24 hours up 4.5%. So numbers from Veve also really not that good. We had one of the, I think, best movies that kids love in the last couple years, Encanto. So we happen to have Luisa, Bruno, and Mirabella over on the drop. They were $50 a drop, so they were a little expensive, but these guys weren't necessarily super high mint. Mirabella has 2,021 mints. We have Luisa, which is my favorite. She had 1,888 mints. And then we had Bruno, the one that we don't talk about, has 1,555 mints. And those are not necessarily high, but I think they are high for the $50 price point. And you can see that Veve only made about $40-ish thousand on the drop day because of that. Now, also, part of the reason because of that is because we just had an Ant-Man drop day. We just had a bunch of comics, and we have a Kang was announced recently, so I'll get to Kang in a minute. Labbits were announced. The Labbits was really cool because they have a secret rare in there that's only going to be given if you have Season 1 and Season 2 of the other Labbits, so I thought that was interesting. They have a little more mints, but they are going to be quite a bit cheaper. They are going to be $25 as opposed to $50, so I think those do fairly well. But Kang, this is why he was not part of the Marvel Mighties. I think for his first appearance, people wanted him to be, one of the, I don't know if any of them are going to be animated, but they did want him to be like an actual statue. So people were asking me about why I'm stacking Marvel Mighties and I'm trying to pump the bags. And be advised, guys, out of the 100 or so, maybe not that, but dozens of Marvel Mighties that are out there, I really only have one of each of most of them. Whether it's Captain America, whether it's Mr. Fantastic, Victor Von Doom, or Dr. Doom, I only have one of each outside of a couple. I have like 2 Chimichanga trucks, but the ones that I've stacked in any meaningful way, and I'll tell you why, is Lady Deadpool, I have like 70-ish of her, and that is probably one of the worst financial decisions I could make on Veve because there's 13,000 of her. Do I think she's undervalued at $4? Yes, absolutely. I don't believe most of these first appearances of these beloved characters should be under $5. I think that's a little silly. But again, I'm not making any meaningful impact on the supply when I have less than 1% of the supply at 70. I have like 0.6%. The other ones I have stacked are Queen Ramonda, because I think her being under $4 for the former Queen of Wakanda, I don't see her, especially when she only has 4,200 mints or 4,110, because they take away 90. I thought that happened to be a little silly. Same thing for M'Baku. I only have like 15 or so of him, but I got a bunch because, again, King of Wakanda. And Cassie Lang was the other one. I only have 15 of her, but they're all special mints. 14 of them are sub 100, and the other one is 999, that particular mint. But anyway, there's a couple other reasons. One, tons of first appearances in them. Most of their characters are the first appearance on the blockchain, so I think that is incredibly important right off the bat. Also, Marvel's future. We have about 10 sets with another 4 well on the way this year. And what is Marvel planning? Why are they giving these chibi-looking things all the first appearances? And why are there more sets of these than Disney Golden Moments? Only other property with more sets is about James Bond. 3, IP Worlds. We are going to get IP Worlds hopefully later this year. I'm hoping late in Q4. But, in the showroom, these are more fun to play for. In the Veveverse, it should be relatively similar. Also, I think we get a Marvel world. In the IP worlds, a lot of people are thinking, oh, yeah, we might get, Cryptozoa, get Tokidoki, some of the relatively smaller brands, maybe not Disney or Marvel or DC. But, yeah, Disney had filed for their metaverse. So most likely, they're going to have one outside of Veve. They're not going to file for the metaverse and then just have a metaverse inside of Veve. I think they have one outside of Veve, and I think it's possible that they could have one inside. But either way, they did file for the metaverse separately. Marvel, even though that is owned by Disney, is technically a separate company and would have had to file for their own metaverse separately, but they did not. So that's a reason why I think we have Marvel World in here, and I think that Marvel Mighties might play a game, dare I say. And even if the Marvel Mighties are not gamified themselves, you have a Marvel Mighty, you get a skin where you could use one of those particular ones in the Veveverse. Or at least in that Marvel IP branded world, if we have one. I have zero proof of that. It's just speculation. Also, in the broader collecting world, we do have a Brian Moore signed Ultimate Darth Vader replica mask, which is a 1 out of 15. It's number 11 out of 15. Only one bid for $500. I might get that because that's history, I believe. So there has been a little bit of strife talking about the lawsuit with Dapper Labs, and one of the quotes in that particular lawsuit saying the judge saying he noted that Dapper's strategy in creating a walled garden within its platforms what contributed to the ruling, providing future guidance on how to create NFT platforms and products. So basically what this means is that the class action lawsuit against Dapper is by people that had lost money, saying that Dapper had forward-leaning statements, saying that it's security and they want some money back. The judge did not dismiss it, but he didn't rule on it either, just ruling saying, hey, there might be something here. This is just going to be one of those cases that's going to set precedent. I don't think it goes in any horrible way. I think it goes in a thing that's favorable. But our Veve NFT security, I don't believe so. Again, we're going to have to wait for a judge ruling on this type of thing. And if that happens, what happens with Veve, I think that at some point, maybe it's questioned what Veve is or not. But once they become interoperable, then suddenly being the walled garden means nothing. I don't think these are securities at all. But again, just my opinion. Also, Trust Wallet. If you do not have it, get it. A Trezor, a Ledger, whatever. Do not store your crypto on exchanges. I have to say that all the time because people are still doing it. For all those calling NFTs are dead, here's a picture that's about showing people with a line about 1 kilometer long in line to enter NFT Paris. So yeah, clearly there's a lot of people that are there. They're still interested. I think this is just the beginning. We do have a couple of recently sold things, one of which was a Marvel Comics #1 Secret Rare, sold for $7,999. We had a Superman sale for $410, and then the top falling collectibles, the top 4 for comics, are Inhumans #5, Christmas with Superheroes, Uncanny X-Men, and Daredevil #131. Just little tidbits of information. We have a C-3PO mint that happened to sell for $220. That is floor price right now. Also, today's Star Wars drop actually did pretty well despite it being posters. Out of the 4,083 available mints, at $30 a piece, it was a nice $122,490 for Veve, so shout out to them for selling out. Comment down below if you got one or if you want to get one. Any low mint hunters out there, keep me posted. Anyway, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say, where's Dashie? Where's Dashie? And I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys. Meow, 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 meow.